out. Right. Let's see if it shows I'm live. I gotta do a different light. I feel like I was looking dark. This is good before people come up in here. We're just gonna have to do it that way. Y'all, I'm working against the light. That's why it looks like that. The resolution is off, but we'll figure it out. So let me see. Let me share this out. Share this out. Copy link. Happy Sunday Fun Day. Put this in here. All right, let's see. Let's make sure that the bays get it. So, hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl, Brett, going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We gotta talk. I don't like this light either. I don't know. I'm working against the natural lighting. As y'all can see, if I turn the light off, y'all can see the light from outside. So that's what I'm working with. So bear with me. All right. Let me see if it shows. We are live because we have so many things to talk about, so little time. But everybody who is on the thumbnail has been getting dragged. So we're going to be talking about Cassie is testifying against Diddy. We knew that, but we got to talk about it because she's getting dragged currently. It's crazy. We got to talk about Corey Holcomb's rant on Club Shay Shay. Child, he ran over there because he was looking for some clout, so we're going to give it to him. We're going to be talking about Tati Chanel is pregnant and her DV case against her baby daddy, Boston Richie. And we got to talk about Lizzo and her Queen of Pop debate. So I am going to do a poll because I feel like why not be messy for a little bit. Who is the... So there we go. Okay. So, hey, Couture Bays, what is going on? Happy Sunday Fun Day again. Make sure you like this video. How you can like the video is by double tapping the screen or hitting those three dots right there. How you can engage with the video is by hitting those three dots right here. Make sure you vote in the poll. Make sure you vote on the poll. Make sure you vote on the poll. We're going to be doing Corey Holcomb last. We're going to be doing Corey Holcomb last, okay? We're going to start off with Tati Chanel and her situation with her baby father. I think the world found out she was pregnant, but we're going to get into it. Hello. Hey, Barry. Hello. Hey, Lady Mahogany. Yes. Hey, Chicago Cloud. What is going on? I do want to do a sidebar real quick. So I did see AT2's video with him talking about Timothy Blaine, Uncle Tim from the B sector, kind of just giving his thoughts on Wally, saying his opinion about how him being a MAGA supporter is affecting him. And child, we knew this would happen. I will say from the video I saw, because I wanted to watch it, I did go watch Wiley's entire video. I will say Wiley had valid points, but I also feel like him blaming his mania on his decision making. No, he literally liked some of the policies. The problem was he didn't think it would affect him. And now that he's out there in Nevada and And it's coming down to they are cutting several of the programs that he used. Like one of the ones is what you call it, something dealing with the food or whatever, because y'all know that there's a lot of people who are the working poor. That's just the phrase that's been going on for a long time. So some of the subsidies he uses has been taken away under the Trump administration. I will say I was properly entertained watching that video. So I'm happy he took some accountability for what he did, what he had transpired. Because again, I'm like, why would y'all think this man wasn't going to do everything he said he was going to do? No, not stamps. I'm talking about like soup kitchens and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Not food stamps. Not those stamps, honey. Not the stamps. Yes, no promoting in the chat. If you want something promoted, you got to pay. Pay like you weigh or move around. We do not do free promos. Absolutely not. You want to promote something, do it on your channel. Okay? Now, like this video, like this video, like this video. Oh, it's getting real nasty. Who is the queen of pop? Madonna or Janet Jackson? Let's get into Tati Chanel. I want to bring that up. So, y'all know she is dating that rapper, Boston Richie. I don't know if some of y'all seen that video where he, like, snatched her phone out her hands. Let me see if I can find it, because that was nasty work. Y'all know Tati has been dating Boston Richie since she was in high school. I didn't say allegedly because that's what she told the world. That's what we seen from the world. That's what we saw going on. That they've been dating since she was in high school. And mind you, Boston Richie is 28 years old. Did they take it down? Did they take it down? The post where he snatched the phone out her hand, I could tell then he was abusive and mean to that girl. And she just be over there taking it. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen that. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw where Tati Chanel, she was outside with her man, and he snatched that phone up out her hands. Did y'all see that? I don't know if they have it. I think they took it down. I think they took it down. That's crazy. Either way, let me go to the article. All right, so here it is. It says, Boston Richie hit with felony family violence charge after allegedly choking pregnant girlfriend Tati Chanel 20 times in 2 hours. Claims she passed out and threw up in the car. If you call the police, I might as well you. Okay? That's what it was saying. So in this affidavit, it said there is probable cause because, you know, they were down. Where's this at? Where's this at? Where is this at? I'm looking for the state. In the state of Texas. Baby, now you know, in this Republican state, you cannot be doing no stuff like that. He got to take that back to wherever he's from. Baby, it says the complaint. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. So, here it is.
What the hell are you on? Oh. What the hell are you, Burton? That's Shorty?
Yes, it is Shorty.
That's a little young boy?
Yes.
The Tatiana girl?
Yes.
Ooh.
Don't get clipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell are you, Burton? What the hell are you on?
I don't want to hear that man talking. But as y'all can see in here, he was like getting like real violent with her. I'll play it for y'all one more time so y'all can see. You see how he snatched the phone out of her hand? Y'all see that? And he was talking to her crazy and she just stood there. Right out her hands. right out her hands. Again, Tati Chanel, I think, is like only 19. He's 28. He's 28. So it says here in the complaint, it says Jalen Foster was charged on March 30th. He was arrested for unlawfully and intentionally knowingly causing bodily harm to Tatiana Charles. She's pregnant. They were helping her get her breathing back together. Yup. And so the police believe that he was over there knocking that girl between the washer and dryer. And I believe it because we saw how he snatched the phone out her hand. So I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised. The fact that she's pregnant makes it even worse. Because why would you choke that lady out for, period? She's having your baby and you want to choke her out. Mind you, this is the man who is her baby father. So he did get hit with a felony charge of assault, family violence, impeding breathing, meaning he choked her. That's all it means, is he choked her. And he's still arrested, and they're going to determine what they want to do at his bail hearing. So there is no new updates from what I see, but the complainant stated that when she got out of the vehicle, Boston Richie had exited his vehicle and pushed her onto the second row of the vehicle. He arrived at the location and began to choke her with both hands around her neck. The complainant stated that the defendant had choked her for approximately 6 to 10 seconds, choking her approximately 20 times in 2 hours. The complainant stated that the defendant on 2 occasions during this assault had pushed her down to the floor of the vehicle and used his knee and body weight on her neck to stop her from breathing. During the strangulation, the complainant stated that she believed she had lost consciousness, felt dizzy, lightheaded, tense, weak, and vomited 2 times in the vehicle. I'm sure they got proof of the vomit. I'm sure they saw it. Okay, the complainant stated that she felt as though she was going to die. The defendant had told her, if you call the police, I might as well kill you. And when she tried to get out of the car, the defendant said, you're not getting out of the car. And she also said there were 2 other people in the car as the assault took place. I definitely believe her. Y'all know these weak rappers be out here knocking the girls between the washer and dryer in front of their little entourage. And he took her phone, snatched it out her hand in front of people. Nobody stopped him. Nobody said, hey, bro, chill out. As you can see, he was snatching the phone out her hand. She just looked there dazed and confused. So, ladies, I will tell you this. They say the most harmful time you can be taken out is while you're pregnant. While you're pregnant. Yes, Love Chrissy, this is insane. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Boston Richie is a rapper. He sings that song, Can You Help Me? Baby, can you help me? That's the only song I know. That's the only song I know. Mind you, he like him young. He's very predatory. We talked about this before, but y'all didn't care. Y'all like to call everybody else a Pedialyte at the bus stop, but the real Pedialytes, y'all go up for them. So what do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to do? And yes, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share. That's crazy. Yes, it is. Trying to make her lose the baby. He should have took her to the chop shop. Or how about you wrap it up? I don't know. I think he's just abusive. I think he's just abusive. I don't think he's trying to help her do anything. I think he's just abusive. So, yeah. That being said, let's get on to the next story. Let's get on to the next story. We're going to talk about Miss Lizzo. Yeah. Lizzo. Lizzo was out here getting that work, honey. The girls have been dragging Lizzo for the filth. She decided to say, and I think she expounded on her reasoning for saying it, that that Janet Jackson is the queen of pop. I know I've seen it. Where is Lizzo? Where is it? I thought I seen it. Did y'all see, while I'm looking for it, did y'all see that lady who's getting a divorce? Her husband fought for divorce, who went to that Usher concert? Can y'all believe that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all saw that. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all have not. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen that. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not. Baby, that is nasty work. I thought I saved that. Why didn't I save it? Y'all didn't see it? That man just filed for divorce. He said he's upset, honey. This is crazy. Every time I'm looking for something, I can't ever find it. And I know I saw Lizzo sitting down. Let me find the article. Because she was over there. She was like, I do feel like Janet Jackson is the queen of pop. Lizzo. Now, mind you, this is her opinion. We don't have a problem with her opinion. But, baby, the girls were dragging her. Yes. So Lizzo addresses Janet Jackson being the queen of pop claims, okay? Lizzo reveals what she thinks about Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. Lizzo, who has recently stood by her previous claims, declaring Janet Jackson the ultimate pop icon and Britney Spears. That's what she said. That's what she said out of her mouth. She said that Janet Jackson and Britney Spears are queens of the pop, okay? Speaking on Sibling Rivalry podcast episode on April 1st, the Pink singer said, I have to really clear up some things. People came for me on the internet because I said Janet is the queen of pop. Now, mind you, she is allowed to think these things. These are her opinions. But baby, I saw it. They was dog walking her. She said, I said Janet is the queen of pop. Here is why. Britney Spears is doing a Janet impression, and she stated the 36-year-old. The Truth Hurts crooner pointed out Janet is her diva. There were no such things as pop divas before Janet. I have to disagree with her, but we're going to continue. Before Janet, okay? Right? Janet was first. She was famous when Madonna was a kid watching her on television. But when Janet was a kid on TV, it was not given pop. It was given, what was that singing white family? What was their names? Yeah, the Osmond family. The Osmonds and the Jacksons. That's what it gave me in Sonny and Cher. I didn't think pop at all. I just thought TV presence. Now, mind you, this is before my time. Janet is my auntie. Okay? I'm not even close to Janet's age. So I can only go off of the receipts that I seen. Janet was on TV. She was an actress. She was a little singer. She, in my opinion, was always in her brother's shadow because the brothers were famous first. The Jacksons had already been the Jacksons. I saw the movie. When they started doing the TV stuff, that was because they saw the Osmonds. That's what Joe Jackson said. He said, my kids are talented. They're going to get a show. And it started after they went on that episode with Cher and Sonny. That's what I saw. Look, I'm not here to argue with y'all. I'm just telling y'all, you can't get mad because the girls is dragging you, Lizzo. But I like a good debate. Hence why I put, who is the queen of pop? Madonna or Janet Jackson? Let's continue. And I'm just putting it out there. It's not because someone is better than the other. She was just first, and she is Janet. She invented this thing, explained the songstress. Lizzo further stated, I felt like I was fighting for my life because people was just dragging me by my ankles. Meanwhile, the About Damn Time singer faced backlash from Britney's fans who took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and shared their thoughts. Nobody thinks of the Britney Spears as a Janet Jackson impersonator. Ooh, I know I do not. I like Britney Spears too. Y'all know I love me some. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. You gotta work, bitch. You want a Bugatti? You gotta work, bitch. Okay? Shout out to Britney. Woke up to Lizzo dragging the Britney Spears. I think not. Quit another. Child, that was a good pod. Make sure y'all go check it out. I just feel like this. I've always thought, when I think of Queen of Pop, I think of Madonna. It comes naturally. I'm not saying she's better than Janet Jackson. When I think of Janet Jackson, I think of her as an overall icon. An icon. She's beautiful. She's talented. She could dance. I love her whisper singing. You know, I like a lot of Janet songs. I am a fan of Janet. But I've never in my mind said, Janet is the queen of pop. No, I just say Janet is an icon. Diva. That girl. She needs to tell us what is the fitness plan. Mama can gain that weight and lose that weight like that. Like, what is the regimen? Okay? I think of Madonna as the queen of pop, not because she's a white woman. It's just simply because Madonna was out here doing things that the girls were afraid to do. She was pushing the envelope. She had the the LGBTQ plus, the Rainbow Coalition out here. She was hanging out with the ninjas. She had the finest ninjas on her arm, baby. It's very much queen of pop. She had Big Daddy Kane. Y'all know how I feel about him. She had him in her sex book. She had the Naomi Campbell, okay, the icon, the face. Miss Walk That Walk, Miss Turn Spin. Over there with Tupac. Dennis Rodman. Baby, I just found out about Prince. If y'all didn't see that Have Hollywood interview, make sure y'all go check that out. I just found out about Prince, baby. She was having her way. She was hanging out with the who's who. She's that girl. Janet was never allowed to be like that. I think Janet is a trailblazer in her own right, but she was never allowed to just be so fluid. I don't remember that. It was very rigid, even though I think Janet has transformed and transcended in ways others could not. I'm just saying, Madonna is that girl. Ballet. She has embodied transformation. She's like a little butterfly, you know, a little caterpillar, as you say. She's been able to go from decade to decade to decade. I love it. And she was giving those news reporters a run for their money. A run for their money. Okay. Shout out to both of those queens, though. I do feel like I understand why they're dragging Lizzo, but I get what she's saying. I wouldn't say Britney Spears is doing a Janet impersonation, because I've never seen Janet do a backhand spring flip on the stage ever. Ever. But I like, hit me, baby, one more time. Shout out to our Louisiana girl. I love Britney. But, I get it, though. Yes, please censor your words. Misspell all cuss and trigger words. Please and thank you. Please get the likes up, okay? How y'all doing? They gonna always drag Lizzo just because. Well, Auntie Gang, I feel like this was a good dragging. Because it caused a debate. I was wondering why I kept seeing all these videos on Twitter of Britney, of Madonna, of Janet. I thought that was crazy. I mean, I've never seen Janet kiss any woman in the mouth, let alone two women, and go viral. Ever. Y'all remember that Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera? She had the girls fawning over her. Like, it was wild. But we love a good debate. We love a good debate. Let's get into Cassie, shall we? Because we're saving Corey Holcomb for last. Because, you know, we got to save the worst for last. Y'all thought I was going to say best? Absolutely not. I've been to a Britney concert, and it was the exact replica of Janet's circuit. of which Janet's concert? Which one, Afroberry? Because I've been to a Britney Spears concert and I've never thought when I was watching her, I never said, oh my God, it's giving Janet. Which concert of Janet's? Velvet Rope? Which one? The one she just did? I can't wait until you drag that bum. Ooh. Auntie Gang, not drag the bum. Not drag the bum. Let's get into this Cassie testifying because for some reason it made news, so we got to talk about it. We also have the clip from Terrence Howard. It seems everybody is coming out with a story, honey, and it's just wild to me. But let's get into it. It says Cassie to testify under her real name in Diddy's explosive federal sex trafficking trial. Okay, this came out today. Singer and model Cassie Ventura is set to testify under her real name in explosive federal trial against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The trial, scheduled to begin on May 5th, involves a sweeping list of criminal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and forced labor, accusations that threaten to dismantle the once celebrated career of the entertainment titan. While 3 other alleged victims have requested anonymity due to fears of harassment and retaliation, Ventura is identified in the court's filing as victim 1 and standing firmly in the public eye, refusing to remain silent or hidden. I do feel like this, before I continue to read, if these other people are set to testify, he should know exactly who the accusers are. The Velvet Rope? Okay. Which concert of Britney Spears was it, though, that was given the Velvet Rope? I went to the one where she had her Vegas show, so I didn't get that. You gotta work, bitch. You gotta work, bitch. That's the one I went to. So Cassie chooses to testify publicly marks a pivotal turn in the high-profile case. Prosecutors describe her as a central figure in the indictment, which spans nearly 2 decades of alleged abuse and criminal activity perpetrated by Combs and his inner circle. Her courage stands in the contrast to other, and not they calling them weak, child. Ooh. To the other 3 accusers in the case, whose identities are being shielded to protect them from the prosecution describes as credible threats of harassment and intimidation. Nonetheless, prosecutors have revealed those names privately to Combs' defense team in compliance with legal standards. So I feel like if they feel like they're going to get harassed, I just think that's word salad because they're trying to beef up the case. They're trying to beef up the case. That's just my opinion. My opinion, my alone. All right, sources close to the case confirm that Cassie's testimony will cover both personal experiences and key events cited in the indictment, including her presence in a now infamous hotel surveillance video from 2016, footage that prosecutors claim showed Combs physically assaulting her in the hallway. My issue with the CNN tape is CNN said they don't have the real footage. CNN said they don't have the real footage. So I have questions about that. I hope people in, our space go so we can get actual factuals, since it's going to be in New York. One of the most chilling elements of the prosecution case is the 2016 hotel surveillance video, which alleged to show Combs chasing, striking, and dragging Cassie in a fit of rage. The footage surfaced publicly in 2024 when CNN released it in a bombshell report, only to face accusations months later that the network destroyed the original copy under unclear circumstances. To me, that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like that part right there is a blunder to the prosecution case. But again, I'm not the one pushing this. I just feel like they don't have a strong case, especially when they're making Cassie the focal point. And I'm going to say this in the most loving way. A lot of people felt some type of way when I gave this commentary, but Cassie's husband is a nobody. Cassie's husband is a nobody. What if the other victims, the alleged victims she went and sought after for Sean, come and sue them? Is there some type of protection in place? Questions. I feel like the defense is going to rip her to shreds. They're not going to care about the fact that she's pregnant. I mean, she's big and pregnant. They're not going to care about that. What they're going to try to make her do, what I believe the defense is going to do, is make her seem like she was into it until he no longer wants to foot the bill. I just have a strong feeling about that. Okay? No, that was a rumor. CNN says they have the original. I'm reading it strictly from the report, baby. Cam. I'm reading it strictly from the report. They're not saying it's a rumor. Prosecutors argue that the video is a key piece of evidence proving a pattern of physical abuse and control, echoing the border allegations of sex trafficking and forced labor. It's expected to be replayed in court as a visual cornerstone of the case, with Ventura on the witness stand to provide context and firsthand testimony. That's not given they have the original. It's given they don't have it. I'm reading it right here from the source. From the source material. I would not lie to y'all. I'm telling y'all what it is. Hey, the Divine One. Cassie is a cooperating witness. No, I definitely believe that, but I do feel like there's some questions. I feel like they're going to rip her to shreds on the stand. They're going to play that she was into it until Young Miami got too much time. Ooh, JT. Ooh. Thank y'all so much. Yes, please get the likes up. Thank you. And yes, the poll will run until we close this out. So far, 59 of y'all have voted. Who is the queen of pop? Madonna or Janet Jackson? Y'all have Madonna at 54%, Janet Jackson at 46%. Ooh, baby, the votes is coming in. Y'all is jumping the votes, baby. I didn't know y'all voting so fast. Y'all voting so fast. Hey, Eliza. Yes, speak the truth. I love your vibe and energy and no room for BS. Always real stuff. No, I'm just quoting it from here because we've been hearing allegations from everywhere. The allegations have been loud. The allegations have been, we've seen it, the Audria Mitchells, the Ariel Mitchells, what was that other man's name? The guy who wrote the book. It's all these liars, the Diddy liars. And I feel like they're helping his case. I feel like they're helping his case. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all feel like the Diddy liars are helping his case. Put a 4 in the chat if y'all don't. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all feel like the Diddy liars are helping the case. Put a 4 in the chat if y'all don't. I'm trying to see something. All right, so let's get into this Terrence Howard clip that has went viral, honey. Terrence Howard has been going viral. I see some 3s. Oh, okay. Matthew said 4. Okay. Thank y'all for voting. Okay, I know it was scary. So Terrence Howard, y'all know Mr. Take That. You know it's hot out here for a pimp. He's out here doing the thing. It says them feds got Cassie enjoying them freak offs. She went from person who should have been prosecuted to a victim with that tape. Cassie is pregnant on purpose. Feds were going to charge her trust. Oh, that's a point from Tracy. Okay, that's different. You know, that's different. Okay. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. I did like him in that Peacock show with Kevin Hart. Let's get into it.
When you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some over greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did No matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequence
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off, or talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit, because the man card means everything.
Baby, that was on the PBD podcast. I want to hear the rest. This was what was sent to me. I feel like this.
Give up your manhood.
That's his story to tell, baby. I don't know, y'all. Do y'all believe Terrence Howard? Terrence Howard said he didn't say no names. He made sure he didn't say no names. I will give him that. In that little bit of clip that I seen, he did not share any names. So, baby, that was intense. Do y'all believe him? Put yes in the chat if you believe him. Put no in the chat if you don't. Put yes in the chat if you believe him. Put no in the chat if you don't. Terrence Howard said, y'all over there giving up y'all manhood for the roles. Y'all over there being bent over. And I want to know, what kind of agent, did his agent know that Diddy wanted him? And if so, why would he put him in that situation? Y'all do know Terrence Howard has, agents and stuff like that. He spoke very vocally about it. I see a yes, I see a yes, I see a yes. Okay. So there y'all have it. Y'all are believing. Y'all believe Terrence. I know that's right. I'm gonna have to go listen to that. Not Y to the E to the S. Okay, yes. I like Terrence Howard. I love to hear him talk. He's entertaining naturally. So there you have it. He's entertaining, whether you like him or not. I wonder if they expound more. I'm gonna go watch that. Now I'm engaged. He about to get millions of views. Now we're about to be segued into Corey Holcomb, because Corey Holcomb spoke on something similar to this, and I don't know how I feel about it, y'all. Terrence spit facts and they hate it. Do we? Because I didn't believe him about that. When he was talking about the constellations and how gravity and stuff like that, I didn't believe him on that. I didn't believe him on that. But I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's entertaining. I think he believes what he's talking about. So it comes across very strongly, boldly, refreshing. He has a way of words. I would like to see him as an orator. Like, be in charge of the Oscars or the Emmy, something really big. He just has a natural ability to hold a conversation. Not the concept. Now he was on the Party Favorites. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Me either. Shaking my head. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I had to make sure I looked good on the chat. Y'all, I do want to say this before I get into it. Shout out to Houston for making it to the top 2. Shout out to Houston for making it to the top 2. I think they play today. I'm going to go see them. Because I want to see if I think the girls play in the NCAA championships. I think it's the USC Gamecocks, not over here in California, and UConn. Wasn't UConn in it last? No, that was 2 years ago they was in it. So they done fought their way back. They had some strong teams. Corey wants to be Richard Pryor so bad, only the aunties will understand. Ooh, Afro Berry. Y'all shaking the table. Maybe not the Party Favorites, but some people get overzealous when they initially find a new spiritual belief system. Every new church we go to is the best church ever until it's not. Yikes. Make sure y'all hit the poll. It's getting really close. 110 of y'all have voted. 51% Madonna said, y'all said Madonna is the queen of pop. 49% is saying that Janet Jackson is the queen of pop. Baby, y'all are taking it to the wire. Okay. Let's get into Corey Holcomb. Let me turn the sound up for this one because we got to hear it.
Now, there are celebrities who have accepted the poly and non-monogamous relationships. Some we know, Will Smith and Jada, they've been open about they have an open relationship.
But Will like guys.
Huh?
Will like guys.
How you know?
I live in LA. Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
I live in Los Angeles. There's a lot of opportunities I don't get because the guys don't want me to see them with their boyfriends. And I've suffered from that. It's like everybody know anyway. Everybody know anyway. So I'm saying, like, do you think me saying Will like guys, because I said it and I can't take it back.
Yeah.
Because I believe it. I know it for the most part. By me saying that, I hope it doesn't strike a nerve in anybody, but I'm saying I live in LA, and there's a lifestyle that is kept quiet.
A secret society.
Yeah, and it's like people like me suffer from this lifestyle because of the shame that some guys have of how they like to move. And I don't
Is it shame?
think that however you move is something you should hold against me. I think it's unfair.
How does am I gonna go watch the whole thing? No. How does Will Smith being gay stop Corey Holcomb from getting opportunities? That's my question to the Bay Squad and to Corey Holcomb, because he said they don't like him because he's gonna see him with the boyfriends. How does Will Smith being a part of the Rainbow Coalition stop Corey Holcomb? Because last time I checked, Will Smith don't get on the stage to tell jokes. Is Will Smith a comedian? I could have sworn Will Smith was a rapper, actor. A-list in both of them. A-list in both of them. Rapper, actor. How does Will Smith doing the cucumber challenge, the dip it low, pick it up slow, stop Corey Holcomb from being a funny man? did talking about Polly get to Will Smith is gay? I'm confusion. Confusion. We gotta let that simmer for a second. Because Kim asked the right questions. How do you know? How do you know he's gay? How do you know this? How do you know this? Because Corey talks too much. What does him talking too much? He's saying it now. So how is Corey Holcomb being a comedian stop him from being in the space? Will Smith don't have no jurisdiction over comedy. Last time I checked, my top 5 said they had to go see Bill Cosby to be let into the funny world. Even though Bill Cosby and my fave Eddie Murphy bumped heads, Bill Cosby gave his blessing. So when I think of Will Smith, right? When I think of Will Smith, I don't think of Corey Holcomb. They don't even correlate. How come, since he's so heterosexual, how come he didn't go to, I don't know, Chris Rock? Another person who's in my top 5 that I think is funny. Chris Rock gives me, he likes strictly the women. He likes the women so much, he said, Meg Thee Stallion, when you're tired of dating whoever, the athletes, come get some of this comedy money. And I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah. We saw it. How does you being in Hollywood, because let's be for real, they're not making the movies in Hollywood. They're making the movies down in New Mexico. Atlanta. Nebraska. See, some of y'all didn't know that. Alabama. They are not working out of Hollywood. I don't know. He got that from Tasha K interview. He is obsessed with Tasha K. He is obsessed with Tasha K, child. We do know that. I think the Corey guy is just a jerk, and people don't want to work with him. See, Cam, I was going to say it, but you beat me to the punch. Corey, people don't want to work with you because you're unlikable. You're unbearable. A lot of people just don't want to tolerate you. You couldn't make it during Comedy Central. You know, BET. What was it called? That comedy show on BET. What was that called? If you couldn't make it there and be somebody, that's on you. And this is back when we didn't have a huge social media influx. Maybe you just don't have it. Maybe you're not that funny. You mean to tell me, Comic View, yes. You mean to tell me Mike Epps can't put you on Cat Williams? Did he ever work with Cat Williams? Cat Williams put on everybody. Is there money in writing skits? It's definitely money in writing skits. There's a lot of money in writing skits. You could write jokes for other people. I just found out that, what is his name? Oh my God, he's so popular. He works with the white comedian who was married to the black woman. He wrote jokes for him. They write jokes vice versa. Not Bill Burr. Not him. He was married to Claudia Jordan was accused of sleeping with him. His name is something. Gary Owen. Gary Owen. One of the big comedians write jokes for him. They work with a lot of people. You can't even get none of this writing money. Okay, Ricky Smiley, church sector money, baby. Steve Harvey. Cedric the Entertainer. You know, people who just continue to be out there. Comedians. Miss Pat. I saw Miss Pat now. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. We saw her in Alabama, honey. He has a nasty disposition, from what I heard from my comedian friend. Ooh, Tianka. He can't write, JoJo Black? Wait, is that who Cat Williams was talking about? Was that who Cat Williams was talking about? Or was that the other black guy? That older black guy, but he's funny. He's funny. He not heavy set. He used to be like in the Marines or the Army or something like that. He's funny. I just never heard a Corey Holcomb joke and just laughed about it. You know, I'm somebody, I laugh all the time. Y'all know, I cuts up. I think I'm high-key a comedian myself. You know, not just a pop culture phenom, your favorite blogger's favorite blogger. I am a comedian, baby. Yeah. Lavelle Crawford is funny. I like Lavelle Crawford, but not him. It's another guy. He was in, dang, they all hang around each other too. I'm just like, was Corey Holcomb on the Shaq comedy tour? Was he on that? Was he a part of that? It just seems like I don't see Corey Holcomb nowhere. When I do see him, he's talking about women and calling women whores and bitches and hoes, and I don't know. Maybe he's a red pill comedian. I don't know. Not Bruce. He's funny too. Wasn't Corey the one who people were walking out of his performance recently? Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. That's crazy. That's crazy in itself. That's crazy in itself. Yes, the poll is still up, baby. Y'all are duking it out. Right now, it's at, who is the queen of pop? Madonna is at 48%. Janet Jackson is at 52%. 128 of y'all have voted. Ooh. He wasn't good enough for the Kings of Comedy, but I'm just like, what's an interesting joke? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know every comedian has something. Like not Cat Williams, but Kevin Hart, when he was like, Michael Jordan. Like, that is funny to me because I saw it in person. That's why it's so funny. Michael Jordan. That's hilarious. I don't know. Y'all know my top 5 is strong. Number 1 is Eddie Murphy, and the rest of them could duke it out. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Monique. Top 5. Has he had a viral funny moment like Michael Blackston? I can't get jiggy with this shit. Right? That's funny. That's funny. Have I seen him in something on TV that made me go, he's funny? No. And that's strong because I like comedians. Richard Pryor to me was funny. That was a funny man. That white guy who played Willy Wonka, funny too. He was a funny man. I just feel like, what's his name? Gene Wilder. Hilarious. And I'm somebody, I watch white comedy. Listen, and they don't make white comedy funny anymore. We need to bring back the Hangover. Funny. Zach and Miri make a porno. Funny. Funny. I love a good fool la la. I love a fool. Like, stuff like that. Like, I still watch Family Guy. American Dad. Funny. Corey Holcomb to me is not coming across funny. The Cleveland Show, funny. Seth Rogen is funny. He's funny. I have to give him his things. The Saturday Night Live crew that hangs with each other. Adam Sandler. The blonde. I forget his name. They all do movies together. Like Chris Rock. They all hang in that circle. Funny. Like, I can't knock Jerry Seinfeld for being funny. He's not my type of funny. I've just never been into him. But he's funny. He has some funny moments. I just don't like his type of comedy. You should have something that just goes like, oh my gosh. Like, where are the laughs? David Spade. Now, David Spade is off the chain. He's funny for real. I saw his comedy show. Hilarious. He did, and I don't know what he was doing it for, because I didn't even know he did like stand-up comedy, and he was doing it. Hilarious. Jamie Foxx is funny. He's naturally funny. Y'all see what's going on? These people had shows where they showcased their funny. Bill Cosby is funny. My grandpa loves Bill Cosby. He is funny. He is. You can't knock talent. The Cosby Show was funny. Where's Corey's show? He should have a show. You know, when you're funny, that's what they would give the comedians, a show to showcase their funny. Like Martin, funny. In Living Color, funny. Where is his funny? Where's his show? Where is his show? Everybody who's considered a comedian had some type of show or something centered around them to highlight the funny. Okay, Tommy Davidson is funny. Tommy Davidson is funny. You see, but they all cover it. Now, Jim Carrey, that's a funny white man. And he don't be doing comedy anymore. That's a funny white man. Corey went after Dave Chappelle saying he was not funny. Dave Chappelle is hilarious. I did go to his he did something, and it was with the Roots. It was real good. It's when he first came back. Someone got me tickets to go see that. I was so thankful. Corey's style of funny is being a fake bully. Tough talk and mean jokes. Ooh. 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 Not everybody is in the mood to be heckled and picked on at a show. But even when there's a way to do it, because Carlos Miller and them, I think it's called the 85 South Show. They be picking on the people in the audience, but it comes across fun. So I don't know. Kenan Thompson, but when I think of Kenan Thompson, I think of Kenan and Kel and all that. They were funny. Y'all see what's going on? Y'all see the symbolism? Shows. The Wayans brothers did it on their own. Funny. Them boys is funny. Even the oldest brother, and he was like an actor, like a serious actor. He was funny. Y'all know I love me some Norbit. That's the type of fool I be on. Yeah, I love me some Norbit. Honey. Ooh, and we're going to end the poll at this. The poll was split. For the first time ever, it was 50-50. It was 50-50, y'all. Y'all couldn't decide who was the queen of pop. Hannibal is not funny to me, so don't fight my opinion. Some people like Hannibal. You know what? You know who's also funny, and they don't be doing funny stuff anymore? Jordan Peele. Kenan and Jordan, they're funny. I have to give them that. When they did that, the name thing, when that first came out, viral. But y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all here too late because some of y'all want to watch the game. I'll do too. But what are y'all thoughts on Key and Peele? They are funny, but you know, they in their acting bag. They're getting that producer money. Ain't nothing like a good producer credit. But on that note, what are your thoughts, Bay Squad? What are your opinions? Comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.